Hi, it's me G. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm reviewing episode 5 of the Real Housewives of London. But before we get into episode 5, I've got a bit of a concern because I think people are not watching as they should be. The viewership is just not viewing. And I've been looking at a few reviews. Some good, mostly not so great. I went on to the IMDb, which is the Internet Movie Database, and that site is owned by Amazon. You can put any show you want into it, and it gives you information on the show. So it'll give you cast members from who the director is, what people are saying, that kind of thing. So I put in Real Housewives of London, and let me tell you what it says. So to start, it's rated the series an overall 5.2 out of 10. So that's not looking good, Brev, is it? No. So I'm going to read a couple of reviews before we get into episode 5. My little review. I'm going to read one good, one bad, so you get a gist of what people are saying. But overall, people are not tuning in, and this doing reviews is new to me. I need people to tune in so that you can comment and like and subscribe. It's not fair. Okay, let me read 2 reviews. So, one user review says, they say, I usually don't mind a couple of the Real Housewives series, e.g. Orange County and Beverly Hills, but this is the worst one I've seen in a while. Oh, wow. Okay. It's a set of overprivileged women who harp on about going here, there and everywhere with high society connections. I don't mind the wealth aspect at all, but the name dropping as if they are as high society when in reality they married into it. Awful, and I won't be watching again. Oh dear. Not good. This person gave it a 1 out of 10. So let's read one of the good ones. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. So this user review said, I'm obsessed with this show, even though the first episode is out only. Okay, so this is the beginning. They're watching it at the beginning. I love the casting, the settings, and the drama. Who is Panthea? Panthea is my spirit animal. I think this is the best production I've seen for a Real Housewives show. So that's good. That's positive. It makes me so happy that Hey Who got this right finally. Oh, that's nice. And this person gave it a 10 out of 10. So let's get into episode 5, shall we? What am I saying, shall we? We're going to. Let's get into episode 5. So to summarise, there was speculation from episode 4 when Karen had left a post on Instagram talking about hypocrites. The girls were speculating, wondering if it was a pointed message, who was it aimed at, what did Karen mean, and we later realised in this series, Karen admits that she set a bait for the girls because she didn't think that they were genuine, especially Juliet Mayhew and Amanda. She didn't feel that they were genuinely happy of the fact that Karen and Panthea made up. She also felt that the girls didn't have Panthea's back when Panthea was being spoken about behind her back. So that's wrapped up and cleared up that issue. We see Panthea, she gets to go to Buckingham Palace with her husband Ed to see the King and Camilla, and she's really chuffed about that. I was happy for her. That's good. Episode 5 actually introduced the 6th housewife. So we know that there's Juliet Mayhew and there's Juliet Angus. So in episode 5, Juliet Angus is introduced to us. She's good friends with Juliet Mayhew. So we've got Juliet M and Juliet A. We also see Nessie, Amanda, and who was there? Nessie, Amanda, and Juliet Mayhew. They go and play paddle. That was quite fun for them to do. Fun thing for them to do. Karen is gone shopping. She invites Amanda. She wants, because her house has been renovated, she wants some inspiration from Amanda because she loves Amanda's house. Karen's looking for neutral colours, so she brings Amanda along with her for inspiration in choosing furniture for the house. Juliet Mayhew throws a posh picnic for the housewives and their families, so we get to see the housewives and their families. We don't see Jeremy, Karen's husband, he's unable to make it, but we do see her lovely daughters, Giovanna and Jolan. We see Nessie's children, partner. We see Nessie's mother and sister. We see Juliet Mayhew's boys, her husband and son. And it's a good start to, the picnic. But then Amanda and Juliet Angus comes to blows. And so it all kicks off. And the episode ends with Juliet M just being very underwhelmed with Amanda. And the episode is to be continued. So let's get into the highlights. For me, of the episode is the Posh Picnic. Juliet, this is where we were introduced to the sixth housewife, Juliet Angus. So Juliet Mayhew and Juliet Angus, Juliet M, Juliet A, they're good friends. They've known each other from Chelsea. They were neighbours. Their families get on, their husbands get on, children know each other. Really good friends. Juliet Mayhew's putting on a posh picnic and she invites Juliet Angus. Whilst Juliet Mayhew was having a catch up with who was she with? Caroline Stanbury and Juliet Angus. The topic of Amanda came up. So apparently 5 years ago, Juliet Angus introduced Amanda to a friend that she'd known for 25 years, and so she got a mutual friend between herself and Amanda, and they formed part of the lockdown bubble. Later on, Juliet Angus receives a text from Amanda talking about the friend, saying that the friend is crazy and that she felt the friend was obsessed with her. With that, Juliet Angus was like, I want to keep my friendship between you and my friend separate. So in other words, she didn't want to get involved. So Amanda's felt that Juliet Angus did not have her back, so she cut ties with Juliet Angus via text, saying that Juliet didn't add anything to the friendship. And the next time they see each other is, of course, at this picnic. So, the picnic is in situ. Amanda sees Juliet Angus and she compliments her, saying that, you look well. And I think it was Nessie, one of the housewives, says, oh, so you guys know each other. Where do you know each other from? Or words to that effect. And with that, Juliet Angus says, oh, we used to be, we're good friends. We used to be good friends, or we are good friends. And with that, Amanda immediately says, we're not good friends. We weren't good friends. And Juliet Angus is like, what do you mean? she like words to this effect. What do you mean we're not good friends? 5 years ago, I supported you in lockdown. We came, we went into each other's house. We've met our families, etc. And Amanda, with a straight face, is just gaslighting and denying any knowledge of her and Juliet Angus being good friends. So she's all straight-faced, just denying everything that Juliet Angus is saying, making Juliet Angus seem, in front of people, making Juliet Angus seem like she's crazy. And they're having this back and forth, and Juliet Angus is like, she's trying to work out why is Amanda behaving like that. And I'm not gonna lie, Amanda was cold. Like, Amanda just switched. I've never seen that side of Amanda before, and it was quite scary because she's all straight-faced, just falsifying Juliet Angus's account of them being close, and they're just going back and forth, and Juliet Angus refers to Juliet Angus refers to Amanda as being the white witch, and she's like, yes, society, in society it's known, it's known that people call you the white witch. And then Panthea adds a little 2 pence in and says, well, as much as I love Amanda, I have heard the rumour too that Amanda's a white witch. But I'm not going to lie, the way Amanda was, she's calm, isn't she? She's not high-rated or what have you, but she was just calm and cold in their denial of Juliet Angus's claims that they were good friends, and then she does admit in the back and forth that she cut ties with Juliet Angus because she didn't feel that Juliet brought value to the relationship. In other words, Juliet didn't have her back. And then they're going back and forth with each other, and Amanda's implying that Juliet Angus is an alcoholic. And then Juliet Angus is saying, how's the skinny jab going? You've been taking them for the past 8 years. And Amanda, still cold and calm, says, they're going quite good actually. I've lost 8 kilos from it. And it was just a bit brutal. And Juliet Angus is just there in utter despair, and like, she's thinking, what the hell is going on? Why are you denying our friendship? And I'm not going to lie, Amanda's not nice. You need to go and watch it. You need to watch it to get a real gist of what went on. Amanda was cold, and she did appear to be a right bitch. With that, the episode is to be continued. No words. You just saw a different side of Amanda, one that I wasn't expecting at all. Not good. So clearly the picnic was the real highlight of episode 5. But imagine you're being invited to a picnic, and you see someone that you used to be close friends with, and in front of everyone you're saying, yes, we used to be good friends, and they're totally denying it in their straight face, blatantly lying and denying any knowledge of you and them being best friends. And then to top it off, they're saying that they're implying that you're alcoholic when you're not. Making up stories about your husband, how they were there to save you when you and your husband was going through it. This time you and your husband was not going through anything. Wouldn't you be infuriated? Juliet Angus was totally infuriated, to the extent where she got up and she started shouting, like she couldn't believe what was happening. She was like, That's why nobody wants you. She was so infuriated. And meanwhile, meanwhile, Amanda's just sit there all cool and calm and just annihilating Juliet Angus in front of everybody. And it's going to be continued. So it's going to be more. So I'll rate this episode a 7 out of 10. That made the episode, the picnic. And I loved seeing Panthea and their little visit to the palace. You know, I also loved seeing Karen's daughters. We saw a bit more of Jolan. She's so cute. I like her. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Amanda, giving witchy vibes. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. What did you think about Amanda's behaviour? Like, it was scary. I'm not gonna lie, it was scary. I felt sorry for Juliet Angus. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe and tune in so that we can talk about it. See you next week.